So, I had this thing sitting in my vault, and when I looked at the border, I noticed that it wasn't masterworked. I inspect it, and what the? I already picked up the darn catalyst and stopped halfway through. Well, I guess that's what we'll be finishing up on this week. Good morning, everyone. We've got the counterpart to last week's weapon, and what I would call a necessity to a support build, Lumina. Let's get into it. Lumina had a very interesting childhood. Beginning as a hand cannon Rose, it got significantly better parenting than Thorn did, and became the healing hand cannon we now know today. When getting final blows, Lumina, like Thorn, leaves behind remnants. These function the same way too, meaning you walk to them and pick them up. This leaves you with noble rounds, which you can hip fire at your teammates to heal them and grant a 20% damage buff to your ally and yourself for 10 seconds. Now that's a lot of stuff that happens with only one gun, but it requires a final blow. So how do we get rid of that barrier? Well, Warlocks have the exotic leg armor Boots of the Assembler, and based on which riff you play with, it'll generate a healing or damage remnant to send to allies. And guess what? Those remnants will also grant you with a very generous amount of noble rounds, so you don't even have to kill anyone for the free damage buff. On top of that, if you play with Well of Radiance, the Benevolent Dawn perk will activate whenever you heal allies, so you'll almost always have your Rift ready to deploy. And with that, we have our build. I also paired Lumina with a grenade launcher, check out the Truth Teller video, so I could easily clean up with Lumina and get a noble round. If I were to use another secondary, I'd probably use a high impact sniper like Occluded Finality or Frozen Orbit so I could one tap. Anyways, as Lumina is a 140 hand cannon, it deals 70 to the head and 47 to the body. The damage buff with this build has a lot of uptime though, so you can easily be hitting 84 to the head and 56 to the body frequently. It also helps by keeping your teammates in the fight, allowing you to push for an advantage. However, the bounce is a bit heavy using Lumina and the range is quite low, so try to stay with your targets. Oh, and would you look at that, our masterwork's done. It seems like all the masterwork does though is grant you 2 remnants instead of 1 on final blows, which is pretty cool. And I guess with the new Witch Queen buffs that Lumina and other X150 hand cannons will be getting, range will be significantly less of an issue. So overall, Lumina is a very practical hand cannon with a very potent exotic perk. The few issues with it can make you rely on the damage buff a lot, but at least the damage is easy to come by with the build. And remember, if there's an issue with the weapon, it can probably be solved with mods. Oh, and look out for the new Witch Queen trailer too. That new glaive might make this gun obsolete for this build. And that's about all I have to say on Lumina. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, feel free to hit the subscribe button. Which do you prefer, Lumina or Thorn? My favorite is Lumina, but let me know your pick in the comments below. Thanks for letting me save you some time. I'm gonna go get some coffee, and you all have a great day.